Hey, this video is to explain to you your first project for this course, which I'm calling the Career Communication Essay. This is all about thinking about how you've learned to communicate in your future career or current program of study, and what it was like to get there and what you might have to keep going further. You have these documents provided to you, but I also just wanted to walk you through to make sure you kind of got where I was coming from in case we couldn't talk about it in person. So, I would suggest starting with a 2-minute quick write, which is a form of brainstorming, and you just set a timer for 2 minutes and then just write about, without stopping, let your brain go where it goes, why you chose your career path that you did. So this could be you thinking about, why did I choose this? How did I get here? Am I good at it? Whatever. Like, start with, why did I choose this program of study? Why am I going into this career? And just go until the timer goes off in 2 minutes. So then after that, I want you to think about, okay, once you've chosen this, what type of communication did you experience? So as you can see here, that might be like the unwritten rules and terminology. So what are people who work in this discourse community? Remember, this is a specific group of people communicating. How do they communicate? What meetings might be special? Are there unwritten rules that matter? And then think about, lastly, what you might have to do still, or if you feel like you've become an expert in this communication field, what did you have to do to really learn that discourse, that way of communicating? So if you feel you're already an expert in that communication in that career, what steps did you have to take to get there? Or if you're still becoming an expert, maybe you're intermediate, maybe you're beginning, what are you going to have to do further? So after we've done all this brainstorming, we're then going to take it and organize it into one coherent essay. And you might hear the word essay and be like, whoa, no, like, I'm just not comfortable writing. I want to reassure you that while it is technically an essay, this isn't a traditional essay that you might have dealt with in high school where you're doing a bunch of research and having to provide all this evidence. This is more of a reflection essay. So I'm just looking for you to answer the prompt and give me your thoughts, but well written, because remember, the purpose of this course is to help us become better communicators overall, and sometimes that's in a little bit more formal written process. So you can see that I give you the bare bones requirements at the bottom. So like if you wanted a kind of like a checklist, this is one of the things you could use. It's going to be typed. It's going to be 1 page long, so like to the bottom of page 1, but that's double spaced. I promise you that is really easy to hit if you're truly reflecting and giving me more than like 1 or 2 sentences. A double spaced 1-page paper does not take long. We're going to use 12-point font, Times New Roman, throughout the whole page, so that way we're just consistent. And these are the 3 topics you should talk about. So maybe you write 3 paragraphs. If you want to have a little bit more formal of an introduction, conclusion, you write 5 paragraphs, great. But these 3 topics I should easily see in your writing, and the brainstorming process walks you through that process one at a time as well. When you're thinking about the grammar in this first project, I want to see complete thoughts, which means we have a lack of fragments, but I also want to see a lack of run-on sentences. So use your punctuation. It is okay for this project to use I, me, my. So I chose this career because this is how I'm learning, but we still want to avoid the you, your. So you need to do this, just because sometimes that can be a little off-putting, and you want to make sure that your audience isn't, like, alienated by that. I don't think you do that in this essay, but it's a good habit to get into. So those are the, how do we do this? And if you want another checklist that can help you through this, this is the rubric, also available to you, and just shows you how I'm going to grade it. A level 3 means you're kind of hitting that average middle of the ground area. So you give me a brief introduction, including your career choice, what are the communication rules, how did you learn it, or how are you going to learn it. No more than 10 run-ons. I said 10 because this is our first writing project, so I'm trying to give you some space to grow. Mostly focused, you have a minimum of 2 concrete details and commentary chunks, so that's just like, here's a specific example, let me explain it. Specific example, explain it. And this is the one area I feel like that doesn't show average, but again, I was trying to give a little bit of wiggle. It's our first project. If you're missing one of my 3 requirements over here, like, you'd get a 3. However, these are really easy requirements. It has to be typed, it has to be double spaced, and it's going to be 1 page. So again, I don't think that will be hard for you to earn full credit on, but there's no way to be above average with requirements, and so that's why I kind of wiggled some here. To earn a 4 or a 5, so think B or A, you need to be a little bit above average, right? A is like, you have really knocked it out of the park, you're going great. B is like, okay, good, you're like pushing yourself to go a little bit further. So this rubric, like I said, you have it available to you. It's just designed to show you more concretely how I'm going to grade it. So the use of 3 or more concrete details, using 3 concrete details, using 2, no run-on sentences or fragments, no more than 5, no more than 10, right? Trying to give you some more concrete ideas to help you. But if you have any questions about this project, let me know, and otherwise I look forward to hearing about your career and why you chose it.